Hi, I'm Johan van den Hoven and I'm happy to introduce Schaltbau Holding to you. We are joined by the current CEO Albrecht Köhler and his successor per the 1st of January 2021, Jürgen Brandes. Gentlemen, can you please give a brief introduction on how investors should look at Schaltbau Holding?
Yeah, thank you. Now, Schaltbau is coming from a deep restructuring process after a wrong allocation of several acquisitions in the past with our predecessors. In 2019, Schaltbau reached the final turnaround. Today, the restructuring is completely done. Now, in 2020, we benefit from our long-staying, stable customer relationship, especially in the rail market, which is roughly 80% of our business. We have four core brands: Schaltbau GmbH Group with electromechanical products, Bode GmbH with entrance systems for rail, buses, and as well automotive, Pinch with products for rail infrastructure like level crossings or axle counting systems and junking systems. And last but not least, our fast-growing business, Schaltbau Refurbishment and System, which we call SPRS, which is providing refurbishment parts for rail and high-power charging stations for commercial vehicles, especially e-buses. All four brands have leading market positions in the market segments.
Thank you very much for this introduction. Second question is, how is Schaltbau coping this year with the COVID-19 pandemic? And especially perhaps you can explain the different impacts on the different activities, please.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say we are very, very proud about our people, not only in the factories, but also in the administration department, because they have to cope with the challenge not to travel to customers or having this normal working together. But actually, we are now using digital marketing, or we have really improved in our processes by shifting the people within our factories in order to keep our factories open. And only when the government, for example, in China and Italy, asked us to close the factory, these were the only instances when we had to stop working. So from the other hand, we are very happy that the main market, the railway business, is very stable in this time of the COVID-19 pandemic. So we were having stable orders and revenue for the Bode, for the Pinch, but also for SPRS. On the other hand, we are having business in the bus market segment, which is really having a hard time, where Bode has to cope with. And also Schaltbau GmbH, 1/3 of their business is dealing with industrial customer. And also this business is behind the expectation we had before the COVID-19 pandemic. Overall, we are having the chance to meet our guidance, which we were publishing early in spring. And finally, we think we are on a good way also for 2021, despite all negative impact, to have actually a great business for Schaltbau Holding in total.
That's good to hear that the impact is not too bad this year. Could you also please comment on the management change of both CEO and CFO at Schaltbau Holding?
Sure. I joined Schaltbau beginning of 2019, asked by my colleagues from the supervisory board to take over the lead of the CEO position to manage the restructuring process. Meanwhile, we reached a turnaround together with my colleagues and a proper management team in all levels. Now the first mission is done. In April 2020, Mr. Jürgen Brandes joined the company announced as a dedicated successor of my CEO position beginning of next year in order to manage the change very smoothly and safe to take the takeover. Jürgen, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Albrecht. First of all, for your great support you gave me over the last 9 months. And coming from Siemens after 31 years, I'm really looking forward now to manage Schaltbau Holding, not only as a company who is great in innovation and also having a great forward-looking strategy, but also looking forward together with Mr. Munz, who becomes our new CFO, having the right communication to the investors. And thank you for Edison for having this chance to talk via this media.
Which trends will have a significant impact on Schaltbau Holding over the next few years?
Yeah, well, we are touched as more or less all companies in 2020 in the world by the COVID-19 crisis, which we managed properly and which was described before by Jürgen. But however, all mega trends, which we announced first in 2019 with our 5-year strategy, are still valid. We will face a moderate growth in rolling stock markets, where we provide platform strategies for door entry systems, as well in our electromechanical devices. The infrastructure business at Pins GmbH will face a boom based on the investment program of Deutsche Bahn, where the digitalization strategy of Deutsche Bahn is the main driver. The same we will see in the Schaltbau refurbishment system, especially on the high power charging systems, which is driven by the big change from diesel buses to electro buses in the cities.
Finally, I want to ask you to provide some more details about Schaltbau's financial targets for 2026, which were updated at your Q3 trading update.
Yeah, we at Schaltbau are an expert for safety and security, and we are able to leverage the knowledge about DC also in new fields of new energy, new industry, but also e-mobility. And therefore, we will grow our revenue by 2026 to 750 to 800 million. And we also will be able to almost double our EBIT margin, currently 4% by this time. So we are actually working in very attractive market segments. We are supported by mega trends from the market, but also we are innovation leader in order to adjust our capabilities to new applications. So last not least, Schaltbau is an innovation expert, and we are able to leverage our opportunities in very attractive markets.
So the outlook for Schaltbau Holding looks very promising. Thank you very much, Albrecht Köhler and Jürgen Brandes.
Thank you.
Thank you.